What's up? What's up? Welcome back to fucking backtesting session number 2 for today. Alright, let's do some quick fucking backtests. We gotta put in some fucking hours. Gotta get in those repetitions, right? So let's do a quick 15-minute session and let's fucking run it. Run it to the moon. Repetitions, right? Run it, run it to the moon. 15-minute session and let's fucking run it. Run it to the moon. Alright, anyways. Let's see where we can start. Let's see today what happened. What the fuck happened today? And the price action is kinda iffy today. Not worth it to even fucking backtest. Right. Let's look at let's look at Friday. So Friday was kinda interesting session, right? So you could see the price consolidating around London session. Accumulation, possibly, right? Balance market, accumulation, and then distribution right here. And this market low hasn't been taken, so this could be a valid distribution. So what I'm gonna do right now is mark out these fucking levels. Mark out these time around New York Open and right around here. This one look interesting. This one also looks interesting. So all these interesting areas of price, I'm going to mark them, right? And as I mark them, I'm going to watch the tape and watch the order flow during that time in this trader weight software. So that date is 22 May, and the time is 9:40. So I gotta watch from 9:35. All right. Mm. Why is there a big sell delta at 73.70 like this? Isn't that kind of weird? 73.70. That's an interesting price. That's a really interesting price. Why did why did these sellers at 73.70 get absorbed? And it's not about it's not even small amount of delta. It's a lot of that's a lot of contracts, if you tell me. So we're just gonna watch what will happen, what did happen on that day, on Friday, and we're gonna see what how we could have capitalized on that trade, right? So we're just gonna wait and watch and do some drills, drill on the tape, watch the tape, see how the market participants reacted for that thing to happen, for that rotation to happen right there, right? Because I would want to be a trader that is short in the market during that period, and I want to see is what made the market go that way and how I could have used my analysis to trade the market that way, right? Make sense? So we're just gonna watch and study and drill, all right? That's the game plan. Mm. So now watch around this price really, really carefully. Pay attention to the buyers and how sellers. You see right there, right after the run up to 14 and how we rejected back to tens. So basically, that's the thing I want to see, right? That's the that's the setup I want to see. So let's watch more. Let's try to figure out what we can analyze based on this. Probably that's the rotation we want to see. Hmm. Well, I'm doing this market replay. I also wanna see where I would have traded, and probably I'll even trade and put in some repetitions. But this 5 minute range was kind of interesting. If you focus on the tape, then there's a lot of information. And as we see the prices breaking out of this consolidation, we also see the speed of the tape increase. That means more and more orders are being filled in the market, right? So to be honest, I didn't see of a that much of a pattern around here. This one, I didn't see that much pattern. So I'm gonna probably watch watch till this candle, or I'll just watch the whole New York AM session on the tape, trying to figure out what happened. 89, 88. When I watch the tape, I try to figure out why this is happening. If there's seller swing up in, let's say, 90, then why are the sellers coming in 90? And how are the buyers responding to that sellers? So there's always a why. And and I'm trying to figure out that why in the market. So we can see around here. I think that's probably the candle I want to see for rotation. 10 of 5, this one. So why did we see this kind of rejection, after such a big candle, right? Why did this happen? So let's figure it out. So trading, if I'm just trading live, if me or if let's say anyone, if anybody is trading live, then what would they do? Looks like a uptrend, right? And a big rejection after a big candle, right? Let's say somebody is a ICT trader, fair value gap, boom, rejection. Or let's say someone is auction market theory trader, AMT trader. It's like me. Even that guy would be like, oh, value area low, boom, rejection. Now I'm gonna go long. But what would have happened if I had went long? Boom, I'm fucking stopped out. So more than 70% of the traders would have went long, right? So I'm trying to figure out how to avoid that mistake, right? How to get in here. If I would have went in here, place my stop loss around here, targeted this high, that's a nice 2.5 trade, right? So I'm trying to figure out this. This could have been a mistake. And let's see why. Just focus on the tape. Focus on the tape and let's figure out. So we still had some aggressive aggressive sellers in this place based on my watching of the tape. So we might think these buyers rejected the price and might think the price might go higher, right? But the sellers still haven't given up. They still got some juice in them. So we gotta. It's like I think I watched one when I was learning tape reading. I watched one guy, right? So he was telling me to simplify the concept of reading the tape. Like, let's say there's a slope. Let's say there's a slope like this, right? And you kick a ball from the bottom of the slope, right? The ball's gonna go up because you kick the ball with certain amount of force, right? But let's say the ball goes from here to here in the slope. But once it goes here, it's gonna slow down, right? It's gonna slow down a lot and it will reach a certain point, right? On the slope. And after that, the force you kick the ball with will not be enough for the ball to travel higher. And the ball will gradually come down in the slope. So that is tape reading. So I just try to have that concept in my mind when I'm trading with the tape. And I'm waiting for that ball to run out of the force to climb the slope and wait for the ball to go down to catch a nice reversal. Because I think reversal trade have more RR potential and more, I wouldn't say more win rate, but basically more RR potential, right? So I am trying to see that. If you have some questions, then you can ask me on the chat. So look at the tape and try to see who is trying to push right now and who is trying to create some resistance. Understand? So this leg, who is trying to push from this leg? Obviously sellers. That's why the market is going down, right? This move, who was trying to push? The buyers, right? Now let's see, it's in an uptrend. Let's see when do the sellers run out of their steam? When do the sellers run out of their juice? Because that's why it's interesting that we're doing a replay, because we know around this place it's gonna happen, and we just gotta watch this place, watch this place, you know, where you would have liked to enter a trade, this place, and just analyze the pattern. You're just gonna master one or two patterns in the market to be profitable, right? So just analyze these patterns, these patterns, these patterns on the tape, on the order flow, and volume profile and stuff. And I think you'll be good, probably. All right. You just gotta put in the hours and put in the repetitions, man. You know, let me talk about something real quick. You know, when you're trying to make money and when you're trying to do something, right? There's a lot of ways. Like, I can do trading, I can do drop shipping, I know how to code, so I can make some app and other stuff. And it might look like the more things you do, the the higher chances of you being successful, right? That is basically how our human minds are wired. And it did sound right to me before. But as I realized, and as I also did those stuff, like I've been doing some, I mean, I got my own software company, finance tech company, and I'm also doing trading and basically a bunch of other stuff, right? But as I realize, the actual goal should be picking one thing and being the best at it, right? Just pick one certain niche, one certain field, and become the best at it. You know, the concept of 10,000 hours, I think, is actually true, right? I mean, there's no way if you put 10,000 hours of real actual practice and you're not gonna be master or near mastery, right? So the concept of 10,000 hours, if you give something 1 hour a day, it's gonna take you 27 years to master a skill. So Just imagine that you're gonna give you if you're doing a lot of things at once. Sorry, if you're doing a lot of things at one time, then you gotta give, even if you give 1 hour every day, that's gonna take you 27 fucking years to master that thing, right? Yeah, exactly. So discipline is key, consistency is key, right? So instead of giving 1 hour every day to all different niche, let's say you're doing dropshipping and trading at the same time, rather than dividing 1 hour a day to trading and dropshipping, just put 2 fucking hours for trading, right? That's gonna give you a higher chance of success, in my opinion. Just, human minds, I don't think, are wired in a way to do multitasking and stuff. So, me personally, I think it's better to focus on one certain skill, master that first, and then you can go into other fields. Like people say Elon Musk, people think Elon Musk is a multitasker, but if you look at his colleagues and all his co-workers that have all his employees and their interviews, I think one guy I heard, he said that Elon Musk is like a serial tasker. He completes one stuff first, he puts all his energy and all his focus in that one stuff, and later he moves on to another stuff. I mean, his days are programmed like Monday, Tuesday he's working in one company, and another day he's working in another company. So he's also a serial tasker, because I don't think human minds are programmed to run multiple things at a time. And it might be a distraction. It might feel productive for you, but might be a distraction. Yeah, and 100% discipline is earned through repetition. Couldn't agree more. So we just gotta do what we have planned out. Cut out all those distractions. Me, I like to live like a monk, I would say. I don't like to do that much of social media. I mean, I'm doing live and other stuff, but I don't have any social media on my phones. You know, I like to be a creator, not a consumer. So yeah, that's it. That's my rant for now. Let me let me continue with the backtesting. So yeah, we are about to see what happened on the tape for this reversal, and after we've completed that, we're gonna watch this and this one later on. All right. So that's the game plan for now. What do you think, guys? Stream with music is better, or just a silent stream? What do you say? Let's also watch the footprint charts. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I sometimes play music, but I think the silence there's a there's a different kind of focus when you don't have any songs or you don't have any sound playing, you know? So you see on the footprint charts, right? From here we're starting to see these selling tails with seller's delta being so this shows us that basically there's some absorption going in the market, right? You see the level 2 here, how it just went from low liquidity to high liquidity. And also this is the point of control of this session. So The price is having a hard time to break through 94s. So might be some iceberg sellers or some big seller setting here, some passive sellers. Now we now we have had a move through. So we gonna watch how these delta buyers hold their position, right? What do you guys use to trade? Do you use auto flow or just candlesticks? Let me know in the chat. I think I've been seeing more and more auto flow traders nowadays. And yeah, I think auto flow is becoming the next ICT. I don't mean in the way that we're gonna trade like we coded the algorithms, but I'm telling in the way that auto flow and AMT is becoming more famous, like ICT. I mean, I think it was already famous because of the of the book Markers in Profile and a lot of other kind of books, but I think it's gaining more popularity after Fabio Valentini and other people started making videos about it. Yeah, Friday, just watching Friday tape and autoflow how the volume shifted during the Friday cash session, s- around these fulcrum points, I would say, pivot points. Just trying to see what kind of pattern I can find. Cause if I had just looked at price like this, right? You see, if I had just had price from this candle, let me. All right. So if I had just looked at price from this candle, then I think I might have been a buyer. I might have went long. So and obviously I would have gotten stopped out, right? After just two or three candles. So I'm just trying to see how I can avoid these kind of mistakes, if that makes sense to you. Yeah. So I gotta go do some other stuff. We still got to watch other two more of these pivot point replays, and I don't think there's any interesting thing to watch today. I mean, we basically had a fucking this much of a range, so nothing to watch today. Tomorrow we're gonna do some replay of these uh, pivot points before market open, and Yeah, stay safe, you all. See you tomorrow during New York session. All right, take care.